As China strives to maintain its image as an economic superpower, a silent yet deadly crisis is spreading. Tofu-Dreg projects, shoddily built infrastructure and substandard consumer goods as fragile as tofu. From collapsing high-rises to exploding smartphones, these incidents not only claim lives but also expose the rot of corruption, prioritizing speed over safety and systemic cover-ups by the Chinese Communist Party, CCP. Beneath the glossy veneer of the Chinese dream, millions live in daily fear, grappling with economic ruin, social fractures, and eroding political trust. This report paints a comprehensive picture of this crisis, drawing on recent incidents, from fatal accidents to suppressed truths. Skyscrapers, ticking time bombs in urban centers. In bustling cities like Changsha and Wuhan, high-rise buildings, symbols of rapid development, are becoming lethal threats. On August 1st, 2025, a 21-year-old woman in Changsha was killed when a chunk of concrete fell from a high-rise, striking her head while she strolled in the evening. She was days away from her engagement, but her dreams were shattered by a loose piece of cement. The building, completed in 2015, had deteriorated in just a decade, with peeling exterior walls. Residents had reported leaks and requested repair funds a year earlier, but no action was taken. This is not an isolated case. A Douyin video showed a concrete wall in Wuhan so weak it could be punched through by hand, only for the post to be deleted after state-owned construction firms intervened. These buildings, often rushed to meet political quotas during economic great leaps, prioritize speed over safety standards. The result? Thousands live in fear of debris falling from the sky. Similar accidents have struck Weifang, Shandong, where a balcony collapsed from the 6th floor to the 2nd after less than a decade of use. The CCP suppresses these stories through media control, but leaks on social media reveal the truth. A building barely 10 years old is crumbling. Who's responsible for our lives? Elevators and infrastructure. Daily nightmares. Beyond crumbling facades, elevators, essential for high-rise living, are turning into death traps. On August 7, 2025, in Luzhou, Guangxi, Ms. Wang was trapped on the 24th floor when her elevator plummeted, managing only a desperate voice message. "Help me! The elevator's falling!" Rescued unconscious on the 8th floor, she was lucky. Hundreds of others are not. In Huizhou, Shandong, elevators in one building broke down over 100 times in a year, forcing residents, including the elderly and children, to climb 31 floors daily. The management refused repairs, citing high costs and demanding 70% of residents' signatures to access maintenance funds. In Changsha, a resident recounted, "The elevator dropped from the 18th to the 15th floor, then to the 11th. I was too terrified to move." These incidents stem from substandard materials and neglected maintenance, compounded by bureaucratic hurdles requiring 2/3 of residents to approve repair funds. In Beijing, with hundreds of thousands of households, gathering such consensus is impossible, leaving aging buildings as death traps. The CCP touts urbanization as a triumph, but conceals the reality. Millions live in leaky caves, with flooded basements left unrepaired, reflecting a social crisis where citizens are abandoned. Construction disasters. From snapped cables to collapsing roads. Large-scale infrastructure, from bridges to railways, is failing at an alarming rate, exposing widespread corruption. On the morning of August 22, 2025, at a bridge construction site on the Sichuan-Qinghai Railway, a cable snapped, killing 7 and leaving 9 missing. It was the second such incident that month. On August 6th, a suspension bridge in Xinjiang collapsed, claiming 5 lives and injuring 24. These accidents are not random. They involve tofu steel, rebar so brittle it can be snapped by hand. In Baoding, Hebei, workers at the Goyan City project found 16mm rebar that broke when bent, yet authorities certified it as up to standard after contractor interference. A worker revealed thousands of tons of substandard steel, but they cut corners for profit. Similarly, the Danyi Expressway in Guizhou collapsed on June 24, 2025, leaving vehicles dangling. The cause? Aging drainage pipes ignored in favor of glamorous projects for political gain. Land subsidence worsens the crisis. A 2024 science study found nearly half of China's major cities are sinking at 3 to 10 millimeter per year, affecting 270 million people. Tianjin could turn into a sea in 64 years, while Shanghai sinks 3 centimeters annually. Collapsing roads in Foshan and Handan, repaired less than 2 years ago, highlight an economic crisis. Job losses, ruined assets, and suppressed complaints to maintain stability. Substandard consumer goods, from smartphones to appliances. The crisis extends beyond construction to consumer goods, like Huawei smartphones, touted as domestic pride, but plagued by flaws. Users of the Huawei Mate XT, a tri-fold phone costing tens of thousands of yuan, report, "It was fine, then boom, the battery exploded, burning my face." Others describe, 3 months in, the foldable screen broke and swipes stopped working. Exploding batteries, bulging screens, and devices overheating during basic tasks like chatting plague models like the Honor 300 and Mate X6. Warranty claims are rejected, citing user-caused dents despite no evidence of damage. The much-hyped Harmony OS lags in updates, leaving users as beta testers. One customer fumed, "I paid over 18,000 yuan for a pile of junk." This reflects a social crisis. Citizens support Made in China out of patriotism, but feel betrayed, eroding trust. The CCP promotes Huawei as a tech icon, but suppresses complaints, pushing frustrated users toward iPhones, highlighting the political rift between propaganda and reality. Corruption and cover-ups, the secret behind the crisis. At its core, corruption fuels the Tofu-Dreg crisis. CCP officials prioritize achievements for promotions, awarding contracts to cronies who skimp on materials. Former Judge Ling Xiaolong exposed big bribes, substandard materials swapped for quality ones, roads washed away easily. Whistleblowers like Deng Ling face suppression, often forced to flee the country. The CCP controls information. Incriminating Douyin videos are deleted, and complaints are silenced. In ghost cities like Shenzhen and Yunnan, homeowners pay mortgages for empty concrete shells, but fear protesting due to credit repercussions. A vlogger asked, "Where did our money go? All we can do is complain." This fuels an economic crisis. Millions are trapped in debt, losing life savings, while social divides widen. Politically, the CCP's secrecy, from bait, trap, destroy tactics against foreign tech to internal crackdowns, maintains power through cover-ups, but social media leaks reveal a system on shaky ground. The toll on citizens, from loss of life to economic ruin. The Chinese people bear the brunt, suffering comprehensive losses. Lives, hundreds of annual accidents, from falling concrete to elevator failures, claim lives like the young woman in Changsha or workers in Qinghai. Economy. Homeowners lose millions on deteriorating properties, facing repair costs while paying mortgages. A Beijing resident lamented, "A 70-year lease, but the house lasts 15 years. Society. Trust erodes, families split to escape danger, and children climb stairs daily. Politics. The CCP's cover-ups fuel discontent, with social media raging. We're guinea pigs, bled dry. This crisis spans urban and rural areas, with 270 million living on sinking land, threatening national stability. Is China on the brink of collapse? The Tofu-Dreg crisis is more than a technical failure. It symbolizes a systemic breakdown under CCP leadership. From economic decay due to debt, social fractures from inequality, to political secrecy, China faces a silent apocalypse. Citizens are waking up to the truth. Behind the propaganda lies corruption and incompetence. Without reform, these accidents will persist, turning the Chinese dream into a nightmare. The question remains, can the CCP conceal the truth forever, or will it erupt like concrete falling from the sky?